Hi friends, I recently traded in my 2012 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Arctic Edition for the Subaru Crosstrek 2024 Wilderness Edition. Question is, why would I do such a thing? The answer is out of necessity. I needed a vehicle that my daughter could drive more comfortably. The Jeep needed a lot of work, and economically I really couldn't afford another Wrangler of that caliber. So here's the deal. I'm going to compare the two. It's been 1 week since I got this new vehicle, and I'm going to walk you around and show you what I've learned so far and how it stacks up to my previous ride. This is going to be extremely biased because I'm a Jeep lover, and so this will be interesting. So come along with. First things first, the red does look pretty cool. I really like the extra cladding here, all along here. Not a huge fan of the gold accents. Some people really like that. I do like this very aggressive rear. It allows you to go up and down, things like that. If you take a look at the angle, that's kind of cool. One of the things that I noticed is that it does have the reactive headlights, which kind of turn as you're turning. I like to think of that as something that looks for the deer before I have to look for the deer, so I do like that. It has some pretty cool fog lights. I added, just on my own, deer whistles to try to get rid of the deer. But I mean, it's a smaller car. Yeah. All right, so let's go inside. All right. One of the things that you'll notice right away is that would be the ceiling. It's smaller, obviously, than the Jeep. Also, one of the things, my daughter got into here, one of the things that I noticed is this area right here, I kind of bump into. All right, so that might be something I have to figure out. There is this really cool screen here. My Jeep didn't have a radio, so this is kind of cool. It's got navigation and all that neat stuff right there. Also, right here is a charger. You just like, well, I have an Android, so I have to use this, but you just put your phone there and it charges wirelessly. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's something I never thought I would ever have in a car. One of the things is that it has just a cool, like, little console here, this dashboard thingy. I keep trying to call it a heads-up display. It's not that, but it's not overly modern. You can still see like real live traditional gauges that make me happy. I don't like cars that drive themselves too much. Luckily, this car has those capabilities for my daughter. The car does bitch at me a lot. Like if I go from side to side in the lane, it will yell at me. If I take my eyes off the road, it will yell at me, which I'm not a huge fan of. But again, for my daughter, I like that. All right, I want to show you guys something else that's really cool. Watch this. All right, a backup camera. That's kind of cool. Necessary? Probably not, but still pretty cool. Something else I want to mention I think is important is you don't climb up into this vehicle like you did in the Jeep. You kind of climb into it, which is just a different feeling. Also, when you're driving, you're a lot lower, and other cars don't give you the respect that they did with the Jeep. Also, listen to this. My daughter asked me if this was a game changer, and I had to pause because I wasn't sure if it was or not. But yesterday, I honked my horn in anger at another driver, and listen to this. Seriously, what the heck is that? Going from the foghorn on the Jeep to is, yeah, that's kind of rough to do. All right, looking at the back, there's actually a decent amount of space back here. Oof. There is a USB port. The only thing is, and this doesn't really impact me, but it does my daughter, is there's no heating vents back here. It's a relatively small car, so it should heat up relatively quickly, but still, to not have a controllable heat vent back there, I guess is an issue. But someone like me, I have plenty of headroom. All right, just so you know, the hatch is a normal hatch. It's not powered or anything like that. And so you have to like move it up and down just like a normal hatch, unlike my wife's car. But it looks like there's a decent amount of room. I added this just for organizational purposes, but it actually looks like if I were to lean this forward, I would probably have a similar amount of cargo space as in my Wrangler. Okay, this is actually a surprisingly decent amount of space. Now, I've slept in my Wrangler, or you're not going to be able to sleep in a regular Wrangler, but I slept in my Unlimited all the time, and I think this has a similar amount of space, possibly even more. That I was not expecting. If I can put a board there, I could easily sleep there, use half of it for my gear. All of the seats are manual, which I'm fine with. My daughter did not like the fact that it didn't automatically change to her setting, so she has to move everything, all the mirrors and everything, but that's just the way it is. I needed to get the lower end version of this vehicle. I do like the fact that if you look at this, there's a lot of protection there. That's kind of cool because there's going to be bikes in here. That's neat. All right, that's a surprising amount of space. You know, I haven't even talked about the driving aspect of this vehicle, and it drives kind of sporty. I was a little bit surprised about that. It's again, not as high as a Jeep. It is dramatically quieter than the Jeep. I mean, again, love the Jeep. But another thing is, when I drove it home, it was during an ice storm, and driving the Jeep to drop it off, I had some control issues. I'm used to it. You know, it's a Jeep, lots of power. You get the idea. This thing on the way home, when it was dramatically worse out, had no issues whatsoever, really clung to the road. So in snow, I would much rather have my daughter driving this than the Jeep. Lastly, I've had this vehicle for a little over a week. I've been driving it all over the place. It's down half a tank of gas. It gets good gas mileage. That's kind of a big deal versus the gas guzzling Wrangler that I used to have. So this is a cool option. I'm not 100% sure how much I love this vehicle yet. It's new. I haven't put anything on the top of it. I haven't hauled anything, even though it's got the bigger engine, so it can haul something decent. And I haven't gone off-road yet. After I take it off-road, after I put a bunch of stuff on it, I'll get back with you and let you know how things go. But so far, I've been impressed. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching.